say, oh my God, I see the way you shine.
Oh my God. Hi, and welcome to Uncut and Unleashed, where we're so uncut and we're so unleashed that there's so many surprises that come my way.
I mean, first of all, can we say it's February? Can you believe it's February?
No, I about had a heart attack 2 days ago when it was February 1st, and I went, I'm sorry, but what just happened to January?
Like, I can't.
No, how about this one? We're less than 11 months away now from Christmas all over again.
Oh my God, don't even do that. Don't even do that. Which I don't want to start off with bad news, but did you hear the rodeo is not happening? Which I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen.
You know, yeah. But okay, the good news is they're still doing the scholarships.
Yes.
So that's amazing. They're still doing the private events that raise the scholarship. So I'm really happy to see that the core and the entity of what the whole rodeo is about is going to continue on. So that is a great thing. What sucks though for all of us who love to go to the rodeo is that we don't get to go to it in person. But I really encourage people, and I'm sure they've had a whole year. So I am sure they're on it as far as how you can participate virtually.
Yep.
Shout out to my niece who does the wine garden for them and does all their wine stuff. I am sure if you get, I think it's called Uncorked on Facebook, they do all kinds of events. I'm sure they're welcoming people to buy tickets or whatever you need to do, all the judging. I'm sure all that aspect is happening, but they're just doing it in a different way because they've had a whole year to do it. So it stinks, but it's the community part of the Houston Rodeo still gets to go on.
I was helping this year with the silent auction. So they're still doing it, but we're still working out the kinks on how we're doing it. So I was excited to at least get that news this morning that that's still happening. So, but that just comes back to what we were talking about last year about how this is going to be going on for a really, really long time. But just like we pivoted in our industry, the rodeo will pivot too. And of course, the number one thing is making sure that everyone's safe and healthy, and we don't want this to keep on going longer and longer.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
real quick, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Geovanna Burgess White. Hi, I'm Geovanna Burgess White, owner of Millennials Houston, and also podcast host for Uncut and Unleashed and Just Engage University. This is my partner in crime.
Hello, I'm Yvette Valdenegro, and I own Pop-Up Wedding Houston. And quick shout outs. First of all, you didn't okay, do you notice my shirt?
Oh, you're wearing my merch. You're wearing my merch.
Did you see what I did to your merch?
I did. You cut it off. It's fine. You made it very uncut and unleashed. I like it.
Very uncut and unleashed because I don't want to be choked. So now, like, I'm rocking. And I'm also rocking my grandma sweater.
Ooh. Are we talking about what I think we're talking about today?
No, we're not talking
you
about.
You only hear that sweater when we're talking about the 3-letter words.
No, it's a black sweater I wear when we talk about that
Okay.
starts with the S and ends with an X.
Mm.
But for those of you that don't know, we will in the very near future be talking about a word, 3 letters that starts with an S and ends with an X. And I'll definitely make sure and wear my black sweater on those days. This is my gray one. This is my cozy, comforty. It's almost like I think winter's going to go away. And I was like, no, I need to whip out my sweater one more day.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, here we are in February. Hi.
We have such amazing things to talk about. We have so many things going on, as always. I don't think we never not had anything going on, but we have so many amazing things going on. Wedding season is upon us. Thank you to all the amazing couples who booked with us last month, by the way. We did Bridal Extravaganza, went fantastic. I am so happy with that. If you missed us 2 episodes ago, go back because we did a recap on bridal, but the aftermath was fantastic. Lots of amazing couples. We're still touring them every weekend. We've already signed on more than a handful. And so I'm happy that love will always win, and we're still able to book weddings. And another big shout out to, there's so many things. Big shout out to Julie Ciardi and Team Ignite because we closed cart last night. For those of you who don't know, my virtual job, we closed cart last night and signed 46 new women to Ignite University. So not only are we booking weddings, women that have full-time hustles, side hustles, that want to have a hustle are investing in themselves and in investing in growth. So shout out to the Ignite U team, Hallie, Sarah, Aaron and Julie. I'm so blessed to be part of that team. And to all the amazing new women in Ignite You, I can't wait to be working with you guys and see you flourish in the next year. There was somebody else I want to do a shout out. Oh, shout out for the networking events. 3 networking events in the last month. I had a hard goal. I said, January is the only month I can probably go network. I did it. So the Women of Wine, Women Wellness and Wine, thank you for having me out in the Woodlands chapter 2 weeks ago and last night at the Cypress chapter.
Women's Wellness and Wine.
Women's Wellness and Wine. I think I'm saying that right. Whatever. Wellness and Wine. Women. I'll get it right. But anyway, 2 chapters, went to 2 meetings. Very, very welcoming. The meeting last night, I had such a great time. Which brings me to Friday. We are 48 hours away.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Last year when you invited me, okay, there was a lot going on, but I was just like, remember I kind of showed up and then I left.
Yeah, you did that to me 2 times last year.
When? What was the other one?
The year before last, when my ebook launch party and our podcast, Video Marketing, you like came in and said, hey, and then you didn't even say bye. And then you
like down the road, like.
Yeah. And then you did it in 2020.
How about that? How about Yvette? You know what? Our relationship was building. We were just getting to know each other more and more, doing more things. And you came and you kept supporting me. And look what happened. Like I kept supporting you. I kept showing up. Hi, look at the positive sides.
Well, anyway, you can't leave early.
And I'm excited because now I understand more of what it is and what you're doing. So why don't you just explain what it is to people that are listening so that they have an understanding too and why it's so great.
If you're watching us live, let us know because I want to know who's watching live. If you're watching us on the replay, you can also type in on the replay. And if you end up listening to us or watching us on YouTube, it is February 3rd today, right? It is the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
And so on February 5th, we are hosting Galentines, our 2nd annual Galentines in partnership with 100 Women Who Care Fair. Amazing nonprofit group. Long story short, we get together 4 times a year. We raise money for local charities. It's an amazing community of women, networking, philanthropy, charities, community, the whole 9 yards. But we always do a party afterwards. So we did it last year. It went really well. We are doing it again this year. And so you can come to the meeting. The meeting is absolutely free. If you want to stay, it's $14 to stay. You get a free drink ticket, pass appetizers. We have a DJ, photo booth, and we have a little surprise, a little Instagram backdrop that was donated that's going to be super cute. So it's just a night for ladies to get out and get dressed up and just have a good time. Everything, as you know, Mia Bella, pioneer of safe and intimate events. We are following CDC regulations. We have our sanitation stations. We are doing our bracelets. Like we're doing it all. So come out if you just want to come for the meeting. If you don't feel like coming out, guess what? We're going to hook you up virtually so you can join us virtually. Thanks to our team at MB Vision. So they're going to be able to take care of us. And so, yeah, we are just, life goes on. We are going to be in it. We're going to live it. And we're going to raise money for charity. So that's this Friday. You can go to miabellahouston.com/events and buy your tickets there. So can you...
that's a lot, but I mean, that's awesome. And I think that during the pandemic, the one thing that has the positive that's come out is I feel like more people are open to the world around them and giving back to charities or volunteering their time or donating or whatever, just because we're now all kind of in our houses. Either 1, if you want to get out, or 2, we see the devastation of what's around us. So it just gives people an avenue to be able to give back. So we all have a lot of blessings and a lot of things to be thankful for.
100%. And that's the thing. The meeting's free. You can join us virtually or in person. You don't have, if you're not a member, you don't have to give money. Like it's us really educating you on what it is that we do. And if you decide to join us next time, great. If you don't, no worries. Like this is just something that we raised money in November. I think we raised over $15,000 in November. We only had 35 people in person and everybody else was virtual. But there are people out there that still want to give back, and there are also people out there that don't know what's happening. This is in our local community, like Cypress, like Sci-Fair chapter. So it's close to home. And I remember we were talking about maybe not even doing the event because it's the middle of COVID. We had already canceled our summer event. And I said, no, let's try it. Let's do it. And I mean, $15,000 is better than no dollars. So it's a great way to just educate yourself and understand what's going on. And we're having a lot of different groups of women come together. And that's the reason why we do these big events. And we'll keep on doing them as a hybrid too. Like we always want to make sure that people feel comfortable. So virtual will always be something that Mia Bella is going to offer for our clients. So.
Yay.
Yay.
Love it. Yeah, there's a lot going. I mean, just even that, girl, that's a lot. All just in 1 week. I mean, earlier Gio told me that her head hurt and that she had a lot going on. I'm like,
yes.
For you to say your head hurts or for you to say there's a lot going on, there's a lot going on.
Yes. Oh, I gotta thank my sponsors too, the ones that are participating. All Flavors Catering is doing Pest Apps. 360 Events Photo Booth is doing their video photo booth, and then Keep It Blooming Floral. And then I have Grand's Rentals coming with a little surprise. And then we also have the champagne cart coming from A Little Something to Remember. So I have a lot of great people participating. And, you know, guys, most of my sponsors do it for free or for cost. So it just speaks so many words, because right now we need to be making money, but we can still pause and we can still do these things. So thank you to my vendors for being so awesome and supporting me and my crazy ventures and my amazing group of women that I support. So yay! Enough about events. Let's talk about couples. Whoop, whoop. Moving on. Let's talk about WedToks.
In the month of love, doesn't it just seem like appropriate to be talking about couples?
Oh yes. We have little hearts coming. I wish I can hit my own hearts right here. Heart.
Maybe someone can send us some hearts.
Yes,
that will be our little pop-up of hearts. So if you're listening, send some pop-ups, and it can, I don't know where it pops up, but maybe on the.
I didn't even check if we were live on everything. Look, I was so excited this week, but we are.
What?
You know how I normally check to make sure we're live everywhere?
Yeah.
I'm like,
okay.
I haven't even checked.
I don't even do that. Yeah. I'm like, I cannot believe you. It's almost been a year. Oh my God. It's crazy. It's crazy. And so many good things are happening. Anyway, let's talk about the next good thing, which is all about love. And oh, I see a heart.
We just started ourselves.
Oh. You're such a dork. Oh my God. Of course you did. Of course. Okay. Well, back to couples and love. Okay. So last week we talked a little bit about just what in the world is Just Engage University and why we're doing it. So real quick, Just Engage University was started primarily with the passion because we love couples and we want to see relationships grow, but with solid foundations. And listen, in case you haven't noticed, we're not your average people at all. And not saying that in a braggadocious way. It's more like we're just dorks. We're just whatever. Uncut and unleashed, here we are. And that is how we are doing Just Engaged University. But, okay, so the serious stuff about Just Engaged University. The serious part of it is about relationships and a couple before they walk down the aisle and before they say they do. And we have tools and resources that we offer. One of them being a membership, where you can monthly, which I love this because you are totally in control, meaning the couple. It's your membership. It is your month. You listen to the video, you do the exercises, and you discuss things on your time. What better thing so there's no like, oh, we have to do it on this date. Oh my gosh, our time schedules. Who cares? Just work it out. Within a month, you'll be able to do it. And then you get to pick and choose the topics in which you are listening to. The other thing, right now, we are offering our free ebook to those who want it. It's an easy download. It's an easy, quick read. But I love this. That kind of sounds biased. We wrote it, but I love it anyway, because this gives such a quick glimpse into the topics right now that we think that couples really do need to talk about and discuss before you do walk down the aisle. It's quick enough read that it just gives you bullet points. It gives you information. And at the end of it, it's like you kind of go, check, wow, we're doing amazing. This is encouraging information because we're on it. Or check, there's some stuff I'm not really sure. Maybe we need to discuss this. We're kind of in between. Or check, oh dear God, we need to pick up the phone and call Gio and Yvette because we're hanging from chandeliers with the string and we need some help in this direction.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That is totally what we're here for. And then
it gives you a glimpse of what membership is. It gives you a glimpse of what Just Engage University is. And I like that what we ended up doing with our membership site is there's audio. So you're going to listen to a podcast episode. Important. Mm-hmm. There's video. We've pre-recorded some amazing videos to kind of give you an overview of the topic. There's modules, and exercises that you do together. So again, we are your coaches, but we're not there with you doing it. You do it at your own pace. You get a whole month. If you want to take longer, you can. But we're setting up the foundation for you guys, and we're also allowing you to start doing things together and hold each other accountable. But the most important thing is you're learning about your person before you get married. All of these topics, Yvette and I put into the ebook and put into a membership, are topics that couples don't talk about. Couples don't, and they're like, oh, when we get married, we'll figure that out. No. That's not how that works. And we hate to talk about divorce, but it happens. Big reasons for divorce: communication, sex, finances. Those are like the top 3 topics that we talk about that couples like to buy memberships on. But there's other things too, like learning your Enneagram type. A lot of people don't know that. The 5 love languages, a lot of people don't know that. So we're really teaching you not only for your relationship with your partner, we're teaching you relationship with spouse, friends, work, when you decide to have kids, if you already have kids, like all of those things, we're kind of setting you up. And again, it's accountability between each other, which we put a lot of pressure on, planning a wedding one day, but no one's talking about what about that year, those 6 months, the beginning parts of your relationship. It's almost like the introduction chapter to your book. That's important. That's an important piece of your book. You don't just go, hey, I'm going to write a book and I'm going to chapter 1. Bless you.
Oh my God, sorry. Excuse me. No, I don't have the vid either.
So that is Just Engage University in a nutshell and what we do. But then there's free podcasts, tons of amazing articles. Y'all, we already have 7 articles, and it's February since December. So articles of things that are happening, the real world, how to plan a wedding, what's a wedding planner. And every time we do a podcast, Yvette is great about writing a blog about it so that if you don't want to watch us crazies, you can just read about it. So we have almost everything that you need. And if there's something that you need that we don't have, guess what? You just DM us and we'll make it happen. That's how we roll. We're like, oh, sure, we'll add that in. Sure, we can do that. Not a problem.
We'll make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make it happen. Well, I think right now too, what at least I keep hearing or reading about is just compatibility, because a lot of relationships and couples have been together now for a year in their homes, not being able to go out as much. You have kids, you got the kids there, if you're, online schooling or whatever. But anyway, pretty much most people, their lives have shifted, changed, pivoted, whatever you want to say, in some rhyme or reason. And that affects your relationships, whether you're in a serious relationship, you're married, you're engaged, you're single, dealing with your kids, just your kids in general. We all get affected, but the compatibility aspect of our class, or the membership in the class that people can take, really dives deep into the realities of what it really means to be compatible. And I think that just the littlest things which people are experiencing, because they're saying that the divorce rate right now is sky high during the pandemic.
Yes.
And our whole goal is to avoid that and to help couples completely just bypass the thought of that even happening, because by taking a course like this or going through our coaching, that the realities and really talking about things now will avoid those kinds of pitfalls. Which I also do want to say this, as of course Gio just said, we're the crazies. And I said this to you earlier today, that commercial, the Progressive commercial, where the guy is like, there's people walking around and they're like saying things like their parents would say, or older people say, or whatever. And then the whole point.
He's the parenta coach, like not becoming your parents. Like
not becoming your parents. And so it's progressives. They may not be able to, but they can do whatever, but they can't prevent you from being like your parents. I feel like somehow, some way in my head, I'm like, every time I see that commercial, I'm like, that's Geovanna. Like, we're not your parents. I'm old enough to be someone's parent and that's getting married, but I'm not your parent. And the aspects, the ways that we think, we're not, this is not conventional. And I really want to make it clear, it's not counseling. We are not telling you what to do. We're not giving you theories. We're giving you actual real tools and resources. And the biggest thing that I love is like, it's like with anything with coaching. Hi, here's my situation. This is how I want to grow, or this is how I want to get better. And then we give you those resources and help you reach your goal. It's like we're sitting there going, yes, we can do this. We're not telling you what to do at all. So this is all more from a holistic approach. But anyway, it is crazy. It's not going to be anything. But the coolest thing I like about it is I personally, and I know we've talked about this, so I know you think this too, engagement, whether you want to say counseling, premarital counseling, meeting with people, I think it's changing. I think that the way people go about finding information and figuring out what works for them is changing. So I think that what we're doing and how we do it coincides with kind of like it's the new millennial, new Gen X way of saying, hey, listen, they saw what their parents went through. They've seen what family relatives have gone through. Divorce is ugly. And they do everything they can to possibly not go down that road. But I think that millennials and Gen Xers are very intuitive, and they're not just bypassing and like whatever. I think that they're very, like, they've got the internet that they can research stuff on. They're more in tune. Not that my generation wasn't in tune, but I just think that they're more in tune to say, hey, here's my career. These are my goals. I want to be more philanthropic. I look at the world differently, and they look at the world differently because the world actually, we have more access to it. So all that to say, that reality of looking at marriage in a whole, there has to be on the back end a difference in how you approach encouraging and the tools you use to make that marriage better. And I think that's what we've done in our course, in our membership, in the book, and everything that we do. We come from such a different way, an aspect of looking at marriage altogether.
Yeah, and we've been in the industry for so long, and we also, so all of this is based on like our marriages, between the both of us. We've had 3. Our clients, the couples that we meet, some of our clients are like clients from Mia Bella or Pop-Up Wedding, but we meet so many couples, and sometimes they're not a good fit in our business, but we realized that we needed to have Just Engage University as a platform to kind of, it's a voice for couples. I've been married twice, and I never took any counseling both times. We did something with the church the first time, but it was just, like a couple of classes, nothing like what we talk about. And again, it's real, it's uncut, it's unleashed, it's the things that are going to happen on the day-to-day. And it's also topics that you're not going to only use in your marriage, you're going to use in all your relationships. But then it goes back to, I think a lot of people, and it doesn't really matter the age group, it really just depends on experience and maturity and how they were brought up. Upbringing is one of our topics and traditions, is they don't really know who they are themselves. And so they get in a relationship and they become almost like another person. And then years go by, decades go by. We've seen couples that we've known for years, decades, that are getting divorced. And it's not anyone's fault. It's just they never really knew who they were or wanted to be and talked about it. And then all of a sudden you grow and you grow maybe not in the same direction. And so these are things that we're not going to have all the answers, right? Like, it's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to know my 10-year plan, but we really stick with the 1 to 3 year plan. Compatibility is I feel like is one of the hardest modules to do in our membership, because it is very real. And it's a lot like little things like infertility, moving, career changes, money loss. Like, okay, why would we talk about that now? Well, it's important, especially with what happened with COVID. I mean, none of us would have ever thought we were going to be in a pandemic. So yeah. So it's those things, like, we're super passionate about it. I think it is still very weird for us. I just talking in the networking groups the last couple of weeks, you're like, what are you guys? What do you do? And I'm like, yeah, we're engagement coaches. We're not therapists. We're not counselors. We're not your mom and dad. We are your coaches, and we're here to set you up with like the playbook. Here's the game plan. You can pick and choose what games you want to play, and then we're going to give you the work, and then you're going to do it. Score a touchdown. I guess the Super Bowl's this weekend. We can do it. Score your touchdown, and you want to get to the playoffs and do it all. Like, you want to win all the games. That's really what we do. And then we keep on adding topics. Like, this is kind of a never-ending membership, and you don't have to be engaged to do it. I've actually had a lot of people ask us, like, well, we're married, or, you know, I think I saw a couple of things that we really like. Great. $35. Grab a course that you want, grab a membership you want, do it. It's already set. Again, a video, a podcast, a module, and then you get a one-on-one with us for 15 minutes after you're done, just to kind of go over questions. We can answer those questions. You can email us beforehand. We're really great with the one-on-ones because we can help you and direct you to, like, okay, what's the next topic? Or do you need more one-on-one coaching? Or, you know, do you want to just go ahead and take the course? Because the course is a little heavier. Yeah, we noticed. You have the course, you can do it all at once. So we really tweaked the way the platform works based on what every couple needs. But these are topics for all relations. I mean, there's topics that I'm talking to with my kids about. Enneagram's big in the house right now. Everybody's doing their Enneagram. So
it's so big in our house right now. Everything that someone says now, I'm like, you're saying that because of your number. You did that because your number. But
But you're not supposed to do that. The book tells you can't do that. You can't use the number. Okay.
I've done it to you though. I'm like earlier, I was like, oh my God, that's so, but it was a positive thing. Yeah. And I also would just want to say too, I know when I went through marriage counseling, two of the things that just really bothered me is one, I wanted to feel safe. Like I think when you're going through things that are really deep or deep to your heart, or like, it's hard to discuss when something's not good. I mean, how do you just, hi, my name's Yvette. Guess what? My marriage sucks. I mean, like, you don't say that. You have to be at a place where you trust someone and you feel confident that they're really going to listen to you. So I definitely just want to say that this is a safe place. We've both heard things, been through things, witnessed things, and I don't think we'd be shocked at anything that anyone really had to tell us. And then secondly, we're not judging you. We're non-judgmental. So no matter what the circumstances, and I know that not every entity out there is going to be welcoming of your particular background or what your family experience is or how you feel about certain topics or situations. And so it's not for us. We're not here to judge anybody. We're here to help. We're here to say, okay, if this resonates for you, if this is how you want to, if you're feeling this way, your partner feels this way, and you guys are on an agreement in that, then great. And if there's something that's not in agreement, then we have to understand, okay, like, where is everybody coming from? How can there be like a balance so that both of you feel like, you know, you're both heard and understood? But that's not for us to say. I mean, someone may like purple. Great. Purple, you want to walk into your purple house and purple rocks you? Great. You're not going to find purple in my house, but I'm not going to judge you because you have purple. So we're very non-judgmental, and it's a very safe environment to be yourself.
You know, love it. So for more, go to justengageuniversity.com. If you have questions, DM us. We are going to do a little bit of, hey, this is what's happening. What's going on? We still have, if you want to get married next weekend, hey, in 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks, we still have some spots available, elopements on the 14th. So if you want to get married on the 14th, we have one spot left.
One spot left on the 14th. So, and listen, you can still do it. And speaking of certificates in marriage, I just want to say this in case anybody's out there listening that is about to go get their marriage certificate. KHOU yesterday just announced, or not just announced, but they had on their news program that number one, first of all, there's two things. One, if you're going to get your engagement certificate, I would call Harris County, because supposedly they're saying marriage certificate, because apparently through May, all of their appointments to go get a certificate are booked, which means you'll have to go to one of the other counties. But I would follow up on that, but that's what they're saying. The other thing that they were saying is the amount of people getting married or that got married last year compared to all the other years, it went down 110%. 110%. So in my mind, that made me go, you know, let's think about the other side of that. That means that's 110% less activity in the wedding industry in general. So that means whether you go to the courthouse to get married or you have 1,000-person wedding, doesn't matter. That means 110% of whatever was happening with weddings last year totally went down the tube, which is such a total reason why we love what we do, doing the smaller weddings, the elopements, the pop-ups, the ceremony now, celebrate later options, because we want to keep the doors open and the availability for people to still get married and have the wedding that they want. Because that's a lot, 110%. And that's just one industry that the pandemic is. But I love now that we've gone a whole year, we've circled around, and it's like, okay, great, that happened, but that the pandemic is not going to stop us. We're not going to stop having weddings. It's still going to keep happening. It's just how we're doing them is different. And so there is availability and ways for you to get married and still have an amazing experience.
We love it. And so one more elopement or pop-up available on the 14th, and then we're doing the Win Your Wedding giveaway, the second annual Win Your Wedding giveaway. So that'll be April 25th?
Yeah.
So I'm going to let Yvette kind of talk about what you need to do in order to apply to win your wedding.
Okay, super easy. I don't care if you DM me, you DM Geo, do it on our Instagrams, Mia Bella, personal, Pop-Up Wedding Houston, whatever. I will send you the rules and regulations, and then you just have to make sure and follow them. And I will say this because I've gotten a lot of people that have been interested and sent me like, oh my gosh, I want to enter. And then I send them the rules and regulations. I'm not really sure. To me, someone is not completely entered until I know that they have followed all the rules and regulations. One of those on there is you need to send in either a video or a picture of your engagement, because we're going to want to use that in when we do our celebration of the winner, which the winner will be announced on March, oh my God, a month from today, March 3rd. So you have 4 weeks to enter. That's a long time. And we still have two slots on that day if someone would like to purchase, because it's going to be an over-the-top pop-up wedding event, and the savings and the discounts are going to be amazing. So it's going to be just an all-around
$1,000 for free. A couple gets to win $15,000 for free. And if you want to see or hear from our last winner in August, because we did this on 8/8/20, we will tag you. We'll kind of relaunch that video. I think it'll be fun and on all of our platforms. And then you can also watch it on YouTube. But it's super important to us to give back, and we want someone to win their wedding. So love always wins. We are the lovers of love, and we are so happy to have already wed over 50 couples. I mean, this is insane. We have done, at least I have done more weddings in the last 10 months, 11 months now than I've done in 3 years of Mia Bella. And it's just, it won't stop. Like, elopements and pop-ups will forever be part of the Mia Bella package. We're not going to take those down. We're always going to have our partnership with Pop-Up Wedding Houston, and our newest venue coming soon will be having these same offers for clients, because couples are still looking for it. Like, I feel it. We know it. They're tired. It's like, I don't want to wait. This pandemic's still here. Long story short, guess what? Live streaming, we do that in-house. You have in-person guest lists, virtual guest lists. Let's have a party. It's safe. It's safe. It's fun, stress-free. You got the dream team. All of our vendors are CDC compliant. Like, I mean, we're so passionate about what we've done, and we're here to teach the world. So we're going to be on ClubHouse at 1:30. If you guys want to come and talk to us, be part of it. So we're going to start doing where we go to ClubHouse after our weekly lives, and we just want to talk about relationships today. So if you want to join us, or if you even saw us today and you want to join us on ClubHouse, please do. We want to hear about relationships. What's going on in your world? Married, divorced, engaged, looking to date, dating apps. Like, we want to know it all. We are relationship and engagement coaches. And so for us to know more about what you've been doing, and I love ClubHouse because we get to talk to people all around the world. It's not just the United States. So join us at 1:30 p.m. Central. I think we're going to do this every week. I think we're just going to have our 12:30 here, 1:30 p.m. Central on ClubHouse. Today is just all about relationships, so join us there. Did I miss anything?
No, I think you did great. I think that's a wrap. I think we got everything out. I think it's all about love.
And then if you want to come see us, I put everything in the link so you can get your free ebook at justingageuniversity.com. You can go to Galentines. You want to come? We still have tickets available. Go to miabellahouston.com/events. And the giveaway is at popupweddinghouston.com. If you can't figure any of that out, just DM us. We'll get you there.
Sweet.
All right. Bye.
Bye.